Irishman one day. As the streets are paved with gold, sure everyone was gay, singing songs of Piccadilly, Strand and Leicester Square, till Paddy got excited, then he shouted to them there, it's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go, it's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know.
We aren't going to Tipperary, but we are going to Terowie, a massive 225 kilometres north of Adelaide along the Great Barrier Highway.
Goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square, it's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go, it's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know.
At its peak, Terowie had a population of 2,000. In 2021, its population had dwindled down to 150 people, making it a virtual ghost town.
Goodbye, Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square, it's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there.
So let's go and explore this amazing town and find out exactly what the connection is between Terowie and America's General Douglas MacArthur.
He wrote a letter to his Irish Malio, saying, should you not receive it, write and let me know. If I make mistakes in spelling Molly dear, said he, remember it's the pen that's bad, don't lay the blame on me.
I shall return. The famous statement by General Douglas MacArthur at Terowie refers to his organising of a later American offensive against the Japanese, who had taken control of the Philippines in February of 1942.
It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go, it's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know.
They left their hideout on March 11, spending 36 hours in a DP boat and then a grueling 8-hour flight before reaching Bachelor south of Darwin. They eventually arrived in Alice Springs in two Australian National Airways DC-3s. So bad was the experience for Mrs. MacArthur and her son that she refused to travel any further by plane.
Goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square, it's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go, it's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know.
I flew on to Melbourne while the MacArthur family spent another tedious 60 hours on a special train consisting of 3 primitive wooden carriages. The train had to stop each time the passengers wanted to change carriages for meals, for example, as there were no passageway between them.
Goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square, it's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there.
They finally arrived in Terowie about 2 p.m. on the 20th of March 1942 to a cheering crowd of locals, a guard of honour by the Terowie staging camp and several reporters from Adelaide. General Macarthur saluted the crowd and issued his first press statement, having been assured his words would reverberate around the world. The small party then transferred to a special broad gauge train provided by the South Australian Railways Commissioner to continue their journey to Adelaide and then Melbourne. I would like to acknowledge the Nungaree people, the traditional owners of the Nungaree land on which Terowie was built. Owie meaning water, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are watching.
I'm sorry for the wind, you may not hear me properly. I hope so, I might have to do a voiceover. So this is the map of Terowie. And I'm going to go over the road, and I'm just going to take you through the look through the windows and stuff. Northerners usually like to see if they can see through the gap. But here's looks like a craft shop.
In 1980, the broad gauge railway from Adelaide reached Terowie. Economic constraints meant narrow gauge lines were constructed north to Broken Hill, Oodnadatta and eventually the Northern Territory. Everything going to and coming from the north and the west had to pass through Terowie from 1881 until 1937, when Port Augusta was linked by standard gauge to Port Pirie. Terowie had become a bustling break-off gauge town when transshipping was predominant activity for almost a century. Everything from the smallest consigned parcel to bulk freight, wheat, minerals and livestock was transshipped or had to change trains. The complexity of transshipping livestock from one train to another meant the need for a vast yarding facility. A large mechanical tippler was built to transfer Lee Creek coal into broad gauge wagons. A large contingent of contracted men to conduct these transfer operations was employed and catered for. Short-term storage facilities, goods sheds, maintenance facilities, fuel and water storage, a vast amount of rolling stock, housing for employees, amenity and catering facilities for the passengers made Terowie the longest standing and at times busiest transshipping operation in the state.
I can hear a cat. So what's that? J. Madison Deli. J. Madigan Deli. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, hello, Puss. Hello, Puss Carter. Trophies. I don't know if this place is dog locked in bathroom. Yes, I've got a Puscana with me. There is a dog in there. the agency stores, Simpson Brothers, grocers, drapers, ironmongers, footwear, wire, oils, etc. Now this is a map. There's Borough, that's where we were for my live. And I've got three videos, three part videos on Borough, so you can check those out if you like. Hallett. And yes, you are the animal whisperer, Werner. We drove past Hallett, but I can't find Terowie. Can you find Terowie? I can't find Terowie on here. But anyway, check that wheel out. Isn't that gorgeous? So we'll just have a look at the shop front here. I just got a straw. Isn't that lovely? Museum. I mean, this town is just dead. There's just no one in the main street. Absolutely no one. Terowie Citizens Association, your donation to our museum projects would be greatly appreciated. And that would be awesome to come here. Oh, of course, it's Saturday afternoon. Everything shuts at midday in the country towns of South Australia. Terowie Hotel, built in 1874 for John Ava Mitchell, 1833 to 1879, a Cornishman who arrived in South Australia 1847 and founded Terowie in 1878. This hotel was the town's first building. The first part, a chapel, is at the rear. Regular services were held there. The hotel was in the hub of the town and the venue for many public meetings. some of which involved the planning of a number of the buildings which stand today. Sporting and recreational meetings were also held here. Gallery. I don't know if that's open or not. This probably would have been the original town hall. Originally it probably would have been a town hall, I imagine. Can we... Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, former ES&A Bank. The former ES&A Bank was built in 1878 and operated until 1970. It is now known as the Pioneer Gallery and is used to display photographs of pioneer families and local war veterans of World War I and World War II of the district of Terowie. Right, so this was the bank, a bank. And come to think of it, it looks like a bank. It looks a bit bankish. I love these gates. Aren't these gates gorgeous? Wow. Oh. Stockists of, can you read this? Paints and stains from Solver. Borrel plasterboard. Oh, stockers of Borrel plasterboard. Wow. And it looks like it's not in use anymore. If you can see through the window, I hope you can.